This is an employee time tracker which I have created in Google Sheets. Before creating the new format, let's see how it works. On the top, we have got our months and years, and both the things will be managed through drop-downs. One thing to highlight in advance. If you are thinking that just by changing the months and years from the drop-down, the data, what you have entered is going to be blank or erased, it's not going to happen. For 12 months, we will have 12 sheets, and in the end, we will have our annual summary sheet. Let's go back to our monthly sheet, that is January. Whenever any employee comes to the shift or joins the shift, you have to click on drop down and you have to select yes, and time will be inserted automatically. Same with checkout. You have to click on drop down and you have to select done, and checkout time will be visible. As soon as check-in and checkout time will be visible, total hours as well as overtime will be visible. Over here, we have got our ideal working hours, which can be changed as per requirement. When we come to extreme right hand side, we have got our summary sheet over here, in which we will be able to see total of present, absent, half days, or any type of leaves. Let's start creating a new format now. I'll go to my Google Drive. In extreme left hand side on the top, we can see new. I'll click on new, will come down and will click on Google Sheets. I'll delete this, will close tables, will come down. Over here we can see sheet 1. I'll rename the sheet. This will be settings. We'll click on top. We'll take settings data from my example file. So I have taken my data. Over here we have got our employee codes, employee names, their designation, and just after designation we have got status. I'll click just under header and will select till bottom. We'll go to data tab, we'll come down and we'll click on data validation. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on add rule. Over here we can see option 1 and option 2. I'll delete option 1 and we'll type active over here. We'll come to left and we'll select green color for active. Option 2, I'll delete this. This will be not active. We'll come to left and we'll select red color for not active. We'll come down and we'll click on advanced options. We'll come down and we'll select arrow. We will find the option of arrow in display style. In display style, we have got three things: chip, arrow and plain text. So I have selected arrow. Now I'll click on done. We'll close this. If I'll select active over here, it will be highlighted in green, and if I'll select not active, it will be highlighted in red. I'll do this active and will drag this down. Now I'll select all the details of the employees. We'll go to data. We'll come down and we'll click on create filter, and filters got created. In case some employee resigns, we have to select not active from here. Now we have to go on top and we have to click on filter button, and we have to select short A to Z or A to Z, and the employee who has already resigned got shifted to the bottom. I'll undo this. Just after employee details, we have got holidays list. In holidays list, we have got our dates and holidays name. Just after that, we have got our details like present, absent, our week offs, holidays, and different type of leaves. So we have got all the details along with the codes. Just after that, we have got our month's name and years. Now I'll come down and we'll click on plus sign. This is for add sheet. I'll click over here. New sheet got inserted. This will be January. We'll go on top. We'll take column A closer. We'll click on B2 and we'll select till E. We'll go on top and we'll merge the cells. This will be employee time tracker. We'll hit enter. We'll increase the font size. We'll change the font color. We'll come to right hand side. Over here we get the option of text color. We'll click over here and we'll select the desired color. We'll press Ctrl B or Command B and the text will be bold. Now I'll click on B3 and we'll select C also. We'll merge the cells. We'll create borders. We'll drag this to right. This will be month and year. We'll select the whole row. We'll go on top and we'll align all the things in center. We'll click just after month and year. We'll go to data tab. We'll come down and we'll click on data validation. On the right hand side, new window got opened. I'll click on add rule. Over here we can see criteria, and just below criteria we can see drop down. I'll click over here and we'll select drop down from a range. Now I'll go to my settings sheet. We'll come to right hand side. Over here we can see our months. But before selecting the months, I'll click over here, means on the entry box. Now I'll select months from top to bottom, means from January to December, and we'll do OK. We can see all the months over here. In case you want to change the color of the months, it can be done from the drop down. I'm not going to select any month. I'll come down and we'll click on advanced options. We'll come down and we'll select arrow from display style and we'll click on done. Now I'll close this and we'll go to January sheet and my drop down got created. I'll select January from here. We'll click just after January. We'll go to data tab. We'll come down and we'll click on data validation. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on add rule. We can see option 1 and option 2 over here. I'll go to criteria. We'll click on drop down and we'll select drop down from a range. We'll go to my settings sheet. We'll click on entry box and we'll select years from top to bottom and we'll do OK. We'll click on done and we'll close this. We'll go to January sheet and the drop down got created. In year, by mistake, I have taken the display style as chip. I'll click over here. We'll go to data validation. This is the last tool what I have inserted. We'll come down and we'll click on advanced options. We'll come down and we'll select arrow and we'll click on done. Now I can close this. So the drop down of years got created. I'll select month and year. We'll go on top. Over here we can see text color and just after text color we can see fill color. I'll click on fill color and we'll select red from here. We'll change text color. We'll do as white. We'll select the whole row and we'll increase the font size. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial. We'll press Ctrl B or Command V and our text will be visible in bold. Now I'll click just under month and year. We'll select next cell also and we'll merge this together. We'll create borders over here. We'll drag this till year. This will be serial number, employee code, employee name, designation, status, ideal working hours. We'll select the whole sheet. We'll go on top. In top, we get the option of text wrapping. We'll click on text wrapping and we'll select the second option, that is wrap, and our text got wrapped. We'll select row number 4 and 5. We'll go on top and we'll align all the things in center and in mid. Now I'll press on serial number. We'll press shift control right arrow key. We'll go on top and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color also. We'll select column B and we'll align all the things in center. This will be 1, 2. We'll select both and we'll drag this till 10. We'll create borders over here. Now I'll click on serial number. We'll press shift control down arrow key, right arrow key. We'll go on top and we'll create borders. Employee code plus or equal to. I'll go to my settings sheet. We'll come to left. Over here we have got employee codes. I'll click on first employee code and we'll hit enter. So the employee code over here got connected with settings sheet. I'll drag this down. Employee name. I'll increase the column size. For employee name, designation and status, I'll use VLOOKUP because I want to connect this sheet with setting sheet. Whatever changes will be done in setting sheet, it will be automatically updated in months. So the formula will be plus or equal to VLOOKUP, bracket open. In VLOOKUP, the first thing what we have to provide is lookup value. Employee code will be my lookup value. I have to drag my formula to bottom as well as to the right hand side. So I'll partially lock my lookup value. To lock the cell partially, I'll press function F4 or F4 3 times. And dollar sign will be inserted in the very beginning of the cell reference or cell number, comma. Second thing what we have to provide in VLOOKUP is table array. Table array means our data. And our data is in setting sheet. So I'll go to setting sheet and we'll select all the details of the employees from top. Now I'll press F4 or function F4 one time and my range will be logged, means my data range will be logged, comma. Third thing what we have to provide is column index number. Column index number means column number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from employee codes. So employee codes automatically became column index number 1. Name became 2. Designation became 3. And status became 4. So over here we want employee names and that is in number 2. So I'll put 2 over here, comma 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got name 1 over here. Before dragging down the formula, I'll insert the criteria of if error. I'll double click on the cell, will come in the very beginning and will insert the criteria or function of if error. If error, bracket open, will come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, will close the bracket and will hit enter. We got autofill suggestion. If we want, we can click on tick and the formula got auto applied everywhere. Now I'll drag this to right. In designation and status, I can see the names. I'll double click on the formula. We'll come to the end. We can see number 2 over here. And this is our column index number. I'll delete 2 and we'll do this 3. Enter. Autofill suggestion. I'll do tick. We'll come to status. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come to right. We'll delete 2 and we'll put 4 because our status is in column index number 4 in setting sheet. Now I'll hit enter and we got the status. We'll drag this down. Now I'll select the whole sheet. We'll go to format tab. We'll come down and we'll click on conditional formatting. We'll come to right, format rules. Currently we can see is not empty. I'll click on drop down. We'll come down and we'll select is equal to. We have got entry box over here. I'll type active. We'll come down and we'll change the cell color. Means we will click on fill color and we'll select green color for active. We'll change the font color as white. Now I'll click on done. So the status which will be active will be highlighted in green. Now I'll click on the rule which we have applied right now. We'll come down and we'll click on add another rule. In this way, copy of the last rule got created. We can see active over here. I'll add not in the beginning, means not active. We'll come to fill color and we'll select red from here and we'll click on done. Now we will close this. So whenever any employee will be not active, it will be automatically highlighted in red. Let me show how. I'll go to setting sheet. We'll select one employee as not active. Now I'll go to sheet of January and we can see not active over here. We'll come to setting sheet. We'll go to header, that is status. We'll click on the filter button and we'll select sort A to Z. And the employee who is not active is sitting at the bottom now. We'll go to January sheet and we can notice that the changes got applicable in the sheet of January also. Ideal working hours. Whatever is the policy of your company, you can put ideal hours as per that. So I'll put 9. Enter. We'll click on 9. We'll go on top and we'll align this in center. We'll drag this down. Now I'll click just after ideal working hours. This will be check-in. Enter. We'll drag this to right. This will be checkout. We'll come to right hand side. We'll copy both Control C or Command C and we'll paste over here. This will be check-in time and this will be checkout time. We'll increase the column size. This will be total hours or total working hours and this will be overtime or OT. Now I'll click on top of check-in time. We'll select till J and we'll merge the cells. We'll drag this to right. We'll create borders. Over here we will insert the formula for first date and the formula will be plus or equal to date value, bracket open, double inverted comma 1, double inverted comma close. In the very beginning, we have to provide day and I have taken day as 1 and now we have to provide the month. This is our month and now we have to provide the year. So this is our year. I'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got some random figure. I'll click on random figure. We'll go to format. Second option is number. Over here we can see automatic. I'll come down. Over here we can see 26 September, means this is my date format in which I have got date and month. So I'll click over here. Now we can see 1st Jan. If I change the month, we'll do as February. Now we can see 1st Feb. I'll undo this and we'll keep the month as January. We'll come to right hand side. We'll click just after 1st Jan and we'll insert the formula for day, and the formula will be plus or equal to text bracket open. I'll click on first date, comma, double inverted comma, D means D 3 times, double inverted comma close, bracket close, and I'll hit enter. And we got our day. Whenever date will change, days will change automatically. I'll click on ideal working hours, will press Shift Control down arrow key, right arrow key, and will create borders. Perfect. I'll click on check-in, will press Shift Control right arrow key. We'll go on top and we'll change the cell color. We'll also change the font color. We'll click just under check-in. We'll select from top to bottom. We'll go to data tab. We'll come down and we'll click on data validation. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on add rule criteria. We can see drop down over here. I'll click over here and we'll select drop down from a range. Now I'll go to setting sheet. We'll come to right hand side. We'll click on the entry box and we'll select all the codes from top to bottom and we'll do OK. We can see all our codes over here. Now I'll come down and we'll click on advanced options. We'll come down and we'll select arrow from the display style and we'll click on done. We'll close this. We'll go back to my January sheet. So our drop down got created. Now I'll come to checkout. We'll select from top to bottom. We'll go to data tab. We'll come down and we'll click on data validation. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on add rule. Option 1, option 2. I'll delete option 1 from here and we'll type done. We'll delete option 2. We'll click on advanced options. We'll come down and we'll select arrow and we'll click on done. We'll close this and the drop down of checkout got created. Perfect. We'll delete this. Now we will insert the formula for check-in time, checkout time, total hours and overtime. And the formula will be plus or equal to now, bracket open, bracket close, enter. And we got the current time. Now gives us current time. We will have to do some changes in the formula. I'll double click on the formula, will come in the very beginning and will insert the criteria of if. If, bracket open, over here we will use circular reference. Now I have to provide cell number or cell reference. And I have to take the same cell reference where I am inserting my formula, and that is J6. So I'll type J6 over here manually is equal to blank. For blank I'll put double inverted comma twice, comma. If J6 is blank, in that case I want now formula to work, comma. If J6 is not blank, then also I want the same cell reference. So I'll put J6 over here once again. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got reference error because we have used circular reference over here. We'll go to File tab on top. We'll come down and we'll go to Settings. In Settings, we get two things, General and Calculation. We will go to Calculation. We will come down. Over here, we get the option of Iterative Calculation. Currently, it's off. I'll click on drop down and we'll do as on. Maximum number of iteration will be 1 and threshold will be 0.001. We'll come to right and we'll do save settings. We can see 12 AM over here. Currently my time is 9 AM but it's showing 12 AM. We will have to do few more changes. I'll double click on the formula. Will come in the very beginning and we'll insert one more criteria of if. If, bracket open. Now we have to take the cell reference of check-in and that is in H6. So I'll put H6 over here. If H6 is equal to yes, I'll put double inverted comma, yes, double inverted comma, close. Whenever we insert any text inside Excel formulas, it's must to take the text inside double inverted commas, comma. If this is yes, I want my formula to work, which we have inserted in the very beginning. Otherwise, I want my cell to be blank. So I'll come to the end, we'll put comma, double inverted comma twice for blank, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We can't see anything over here. No worries, let's drag this down. Now I'll come to check-in time. We'll click on drop down and we'll select yes. And the current time, which is 9:14 a.m. got visible. Now I'll click on check-in time and we'll drag this to right. And my formula got inserted over here. We have to do one minor change over here. We will mention our checkout time through done. So I'll come to formula of checkout time and we'll double click over here. Cell reference got automatically changed. We can see yes. I'll delete yes and we'll type done and we'll hit enter. We can't see anything. No worries. Let's drag this down. Let's go to checkout time and let's select done. And the current time is 9:15 a.m. Total hours. Formula will be plus or equal to checkout time minus check-in time. And I'll hit enter. We got time format over here. Let's align this in center. Let's go to format, number, and let's do this number. We will have to do some changes over here. I'll double click on the formula, will come in the very beginning, and we'll insert the criteria of if bracket open, checkout time. So checkout time is K6. I'll put K6 over here is greater than check-in time. Check-in time is J6. So I'll put J6 over here, comma. If checkout time is greater than check-in time, then I want checkout time minus check-in time. Means I have already inserted the formula in the very beginning of checkout time minus check-in time, comma 1 plus checkout time. So checkout time is K6. I'll put K6 over here, or let's directly click over here, minus check-in time, bracket close, into 24. 24 is for 24 hours. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the total hours. We will have to do one more change over here. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert one more criteria of if bracket open. Now we have to take checkout time, that is K6 is equal to blank. If checkout time is blank, comma, in return I want 0. So I'll put double inverted comma 0, double inverted comma close, comma. If this criteria is not getting fulfilled, I want my last formula to work. So I'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket of if and we'll hit enter. Now I'll drag this down. Perfect. Currently our check-in time is 9:14 a.m. and checkout time is 9:15 a.m. and we can see total hours as 0.02. If I delete checkout time from here, now we can't see anything. I'll select checkout time once again and just notice checkout time got changed and accordingly total hours got calculated. Over time, the formula will be plus or equal to total working hours minus ideal working hours. We will have to partially log our ideal working hours and we will log this partially because I want my cell reference to change whenever we will drag down our formula, but cell reference should not change when I'll drag this to right. So I'll press F4 or function F4 3 times and dollar will be inserted in the very beginning. Now I'll hit enter. We got our overtime. We'll align this in center. We'll double click on the formula and we'll insert one criteria of if bracket open total hours and total hours is in L6. So I'll put L6 is equal to 0. I'll put double inverted comma 0, double inverted comma close, comma. If L6 will be 0, in that case, I want the return as 0. So I'll put double inverted comma 0, double inverted comma close, comma. We'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket of if and we'll hit enter. Now I'll drag this down. One thing you must have noticed over here, our times are not getting changed. And this is just because of iterative calculation. Now I'll click on first date, we'll select till bottom and we'll select till end. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C. We'll click just after day, Control V or Command V. We got error over here and we got error alert also. I'll delete this. Formula for second and rest of the dates will be totally different from first date. Let's insert formula for second date and the formula will be plus or equal to if bracket open, we'll come to left and we'll click on first date. If first date will be smaller than EO month, we use EO month to get the last date of the month. So if first date will be smaller than last date, I want first date, comma, 0, bracket close, comma, we'll click on first date once again, plus 1. I have done H4 plus 1. In H4, I have got my first date. So when I'll drag my formula, 1 will be added automatically in each date and our dates will keep on increasing, comma. If this criteria is not getting fulfilled, I want my cells to be blank. So I'll put double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And I got my second date. We'll come to left. We'll click on top of first date and we'll select till day and we'll merge the cells. We'll change the cell color and we'll change the font color. We'll create borders over here. Over here we will insert the formula for holidays and the formula will be plus or equal to VLOOKUP bracket open. In VLOOKUP we have to provide lookup value. So our lookup value will be our date. So I've clicked on date, comma, table array. I'll go to my settings sheet. We'll come to left and we'll select holidays list from top to bottom. We'll press F4 or function F4 and my range will be logged, comma. Now we have to provide column index number. Selection of VLOOKUP started from dates, so dates automatically became column index number 1 and name of holidays became column index number 2. So I'll put 2 over here, comma, 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket. But before hitting enter, I'll insert the criteria of if error. Will come in the very beginning of the formula and will insert if error bracket open. Will come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got our first holiday over here. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste in second date also, Control V or Command V. Perfect. We'll click on first date, we'll press Shift Control right arrow key, and we'll change the cell color. We'll do as yellow. We'll come to right. We'll create borders over here, and over here also we will create borders. Perfect. Now I'll click on top of second date and we'll select till bottom. We'll press Ctrl C or Command C and my data will be selected or copied. We'll click just after second date and we'll paste it. Ctrl V or Command V. We'll come to right and our third date got inserted. In the same way, we will insert our dates till 31st. I have inserted my date till 4th, but over here we haven't got extra columns to insert more dates. So I'll select the whole sheet. We'll come to column name. We'll right click the mouse. Insert 31 columns right. We'll select the whole sheet once again. We'll come to column name. We'll right click the mouse. Insert 31 columns right. Let's insert enough columns as per our requirement. Insert 93 columns right. Let's paste the data. If required, we will insert more columns. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C, and we'll paste Control V or Command V. We'll keep on pasting till 31st. Perfect. Let's come to right. Let's remove cell colors from here. We'll click over here, fill color. We'll do as white. Now I'll come to left. We'll go to my setting sheet. We'll copy all the details along with codes. Control C or Command C. We'll go to sheet of January. We'll paste over here. Control V or Command V. Now I'll copy all the details. Control C or Command C. We'll go on top. We'll right click the mouse. Paste special transposed. Now I'll copy all the codes. Control C or Command C. We'll click just under present. We'll right click the mouse. Paste special transposed. Now I'll click on empty cell and we'll drag this down. We'll drag this to right and all the details what we have taken from setting sheet got vanished. Now I'll select row number 3 and row number 4 and we'll align all the things in center. and in mid. We'll click on present. We'll select yes also. We'll press shift control right arrow key and we'll change the cell color. We'll change the font color. We'll create borders. We'll click just under yes. Let's take this down. I'll click on present. We'll press shift control down arrow key, right arrow key. We'll press control X or command X. We'll click on yes and we'll paste over here control V or command V. We'll click just under yes and we'll insert our formula, and the formula will be plus or equal to count if bracket open will come to left. We'll click on check in and we'll select till last date. We have to drag our formula to right as well as to the bottom. So we will have to partially lock our range. We'll press F4 or function F4 three times and dollar will be inserted in the very beginning, comma. We'll click on code of present, that is yes. We will partially log this by pressing F4 or function F4 two times and dollar will be inserted in the center. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now I'll drag this down. We'll create borders and we'll drag this to right. Perfect. So all the formulas got inserted. We'll come to left. We'll click on top of present and we'll select till leave without pay. We'll merge the cells by going on top. We'll change the cell color. This will be monthly summary. Enter. We'll create borders over here. We'll align this in center and in mid. We'll increase the font size. We'll press Ctrl B or Command B and the text will be visible in bold. Now I'll go to View tab, Show, we'll come to right and we'll remove the grid lines. We'll come to left. Now we will delete yes and done from all the dates. We'll click on yes, we'll press delete. Same thing with done, delete. Total hours and overtime got 0. I'll do the same thing for all the dates. So all the things are done. I'll come to extreme left hand side. We'll click on January sheet. We'll right click the mouse. We'll go on top, duplicate. Duplicate of January got created. I'll rename the sheet. This will be February. We'll go on top. We'll click on drop down and we'll select February from here. And sheet of February is ready now. In the same way, I'll create my sheet till December. So all the sheets got created till December. We'll create one more sheet that will be for annual summary. We'll right click the mouse, duplicate. This will be annual summary. We'll come to right hand side. We'll delete all the formulas from here. Delete. This will be annual summary. Enter. We'll come to left. We'll click just under yes. Plus or equal to sum. Bracket open. We'll go to the sheet of January. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on yes. Plus we'll go to the sheet of February. We'll come to right hand side and we'll click on yes. In the same way, we will connect all the sheets till December. So all the months got connected. Now I'll hit enter and we can see 0 over here. We'll drag this down and we'll drag this to right. Perfect. Now I'll come to left. Over here, dates are not required. So I'll select from first till last, means from first date till last date. We'll go on top, we'll right click the mouse, delete columns H2GK. We'll come to left. Over here, month and year is not required, so I'll delete this and we'll drag this to right. In this way, month and year drop down will be erased. We'll select both the cells and we'll merge this. We'll align this in mid. Perfect. So all the things are done over here. Now I'll go on top. In left hand side, we can see untitled spreadsheet. I'll rename the sheet. We'll delete this one and we'll put my name. This will be time tracker. We'll put my name. We'll click anywhere inside my format and the sheet got renamed. Perfect. And our employee time tracker is ready now.
I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then, bye bye.